Marvel Universe. Congratulations! If you're watching this training video, you're one of the chosen few that have been selected to represent Marvel Entertainment by playing one of the most popular and beloved heroes of all time, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. This will probably be the most fun job you've ever had. There'll be opportunities to travel, meet interesting people, and most importantly, bring joy to millions of children. That is, if you can do it right. For business purposes, you'll be classified as an independent contractor, which means if you don't do a good job, you simply won't get hired for another one. Marvel has been running this program ever since Spidey was invented by Stan Lee back in 1962. Over the years, many actors have come and gone, and only the best stick around. You're the newest crop of hirees, that's why you're watching this training video. The rules and tips in this video are essential to helping you be the best Spider-Man you can be. Might not be very exciting, but it'll get you prepared for situations and questions you never thought you would encounter. So sit back and relax, give me your attention for about 20 minutes, and let's learn how to be the amazing, spectacular, sensational Spider-Man. Like any acting job, you have to do tons of preparation before hitting the stage. The same thing goes for Spider-Man. Let's start with the easy stuff. First, you need to be clean shaven. You might think that the mask would cover up any facial hair, but it doesn't. It pokes through the fabric, and fans can see it up close. 2. This is a dance belt. It's the only piece of equipment that you're required to provide for yourself, and you must wear this under the costume when you're playing Spider-Man. Keeps the genitalia packed and tight and leaves no panty lines. 3. Check your costume immediately. Marvel will send you a costume a few days before an appearance. As soon as you get it, you're to try it on immediately and look for any problems. You are looking for holes, especially in the seams, and problems with the zipper. If you find one, sew it. If it's a really bad and for some reason you can't fix it, let Marvel know immediately so they can just send you another one. Keep a needle and red and blue thread on you at all times. You never know when you might pop a seam in the middle of a gig and have to sew it on a break. 4. Hit the gym. I'm sure you all think you're in fantastic shape, but trust me, there's nothing as unforgiving as spandex. The quickest way to lose your job is to not look good in the costume. The last part of our preparation is the part that will separate the Super Spideys from the average Joes. Study, study, study. Learn everything you can about Spider-Man. Go get yourself some source material. There's plenty out there, like comic books. Ultimate, amazing, sensational, spectacular. Plenty, and they're fun to read. Get yourself a trivia game. Play it. Learn everything you can. Go online and Google them, or Wikipedia. Most importantly, watch the movies, Spider-Man 1 and 2. They're awesome, and you'll learn a lot. The more you know about Spider-Man, the better off you'll be. You'll want to know his origin, his friends, his family, everything you can think of. Do you know his parents' names? Nope, it's not Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Do you know Mary Jane's mother's name? How about where Peter went to high school? Or where he went to college, for that matter? I'm not going to fill you in on all this information, because with 46 years of material, we'd be here forever. So you're on your own. Do your best. Thus ends the preparation section of our video. Time to put on the costume? Not quite yet. As professionals representing Marvel, there's still a few things we have to do to make sure an appearance goes perfectly. For out-of-town jobs, Marvel purchases non-refundable tickets. So if you're going to commit to an appearance, be 100% sure that you can keep that commitment. When Marvel books you on a job, they'll send you a contact information sheet. You'll find the contact's name, number, location, time of the event, etc. You're to call the client 3 to 5 days before the event. Tell them your name, tell them that you're with Marvel, that you'll be playing their Spider-Man. Ask them if there's anything special that they require for the appearance. They usually don't need anything. This just makes them feel special and that everything's under control. This is also a great opportunity to make sure they have everything you need. Remind them that you need a private place to change, someplace secure where you'll be able to leave your possessions behind. And be flexible. They may have the resources to put you in a luxury suite or a conference room, but you may wind up changing in a broom closet or a storage room. Don't be a prima donna, just deal with it. This is the life of a superhero. Public restrooms are an absolute no-no, unless they're providing security guards that will keep it closed off and carry your things to another location. Spidey cannot be seen carrying a gym bag. Also, sometimes the client will provide water for you to have during your breaks, but don't count on it. Always bring water with you, as well as Sharpie pens for autographs. On many occasions, the appearance will be out of town, in which case Marvel will send you out the night before. This is not the time to go partying. Marvel has a strict no alcohol policy for before and during the event. Spidey can't show up hungover or smelling of booze and reeking of cigarettes, which also means no smoking anywhere near the costume at any time. On the day of the event, get there way early. I can't stress this enough. If there are any problems, that extra time will give you the chance to solve them. If it's a major problem, you're to call your Marvel contact right away. Their emergency contact numbers are also on the contact information sheet, the same one that had your client's information. Go 1 to 2 hours before the event to scout the location. Make contact with the client. Make sure the changing area will work. Find out where they want you. Will you be stationary at a signing table, or will you be roaming? Look for safe and secure things that you can jump up on when you're Spidey. This brings me to another important subject, the secret identity. This is no joke. Besides from the client and any assistants they assign to help you, nobody should know you're Spider-Man. Don't show up to the appearance wearing tons of Spider-Man clothing and declaring, "Spidey's in the house, yo!" Be inconspicuous, dress down. When you approach the client to let them know who you are, try to make sure there are no kids around. Clients are usually clueless to how important our secret identity is to us, and they'll sometimes refer to you as Spidey even though you're not in costume. If this happens, signal them to whisper, keep it on the down low, remind them that it's a secret identity. Sometimes you won't have a choice and they'll say, call you Spidey out loud, where other people can hear it. If this happens, the proper response is, "Oh no, you have me confused with somebody else. Spidey will be here later. I'm just here to make sure everything's okay for Spidey's visit. Spidey will be here later." Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. They'll get the hint. When you finally do get into costume, the secret identity rules apply even more. When you're in costume, you are Spider-Man. Everything you say or do should be as Spider-Man. You never break character. Not even if Steven Spielberg himself comes up and says, "You have the perfect body and voice to star in my next multi-million-dollar film. What's your name?" You can still make the contact as Spidey by saying something like, "Well, I appreciate the offer, Mr. Spielberg, but I'm not an actor. I'm a superhero. I don't have time to make movies. However, I have a friend with the exact same body type and the exact same voice who would be perfect for your movie. If you leave me your information, I'll make sure he gets it right away." Ta-da! You stay in character and still score the connection. If you're smart, there's always a way to answer.
Hey, what's up, Spidey?
Hey, how you doing, sir? Absolutely.
One of those for my son?
You got it. What's his name?
Actually, I'm going to name my son and my daughter, Taylor and Ryan.
One for Taylor. And here's one for Ryan. There you go.
It's really cool. Hey, so another thing too is, I make movies. I have a little production company. We do a lot of stuff with actors. I gotta imagine you're pretty good body type, great voice, and a lot of personality. I think you might be interested in maybe I get your card, and we can exchange information. I'll give you my card.
Oh, that's very kind of you, but
And I do a lot of stuff in the city.
no, I appreciate the offer, but sir, I'm not an actor. I'm a superhero. I don't have time to make movies. But here, tell you what.
Well, I mean,
I'll tell you what.
Character and all that. But I'm thinking, like, when you take the suit off.
When I take the suit off, I got another job, taking pictures for the Daily Bugle, And I'm not out here much because I got my wife Mary Jane, my Aunt May back in New York, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I got a friend, exact same body type, exact same voice, and he's an actor. He'd be great for your movie. Tell you what, if you leave me your information, I'll make sure he gets it.
All right, well, here's my card.
Tell you what, we're just going to give this to my lovely assistant over there.
Okay, all right.
And she'll make sure she gets it to the actor.
Your people call my people.
I'll have my friend call you, and good luck. If you ever need any villains stopped or any crime solved, you give me a holler.
That's when I call. Thanks, Spidey.
Be well. Nice to meet you, sir. It's time. Stretch out and limber up well. Spidey never just stands up straight or sits normally in a chair. Being Spidey is a workout all on its own. Spidey poses can put a real strain on the muscles. Let's put on the costume. Putting the costume on is not difficult, but there are some things to note. First, don't just step into it like it's a pair of jeans and try to yank it up. You need to put it on little by little like women do with stockings and hose, so as to not stretch it out or tear it. Second, make sure all your seams are straight and in the right place. Third, reach behind you and close the zipper and snaps. If you couldn't do this on your own when you tried it on, then make sure you have an assistant available to help you in and out of the costume. Lastly, check yourself in the mirror and make sure your eyes are straight. Make a big entrance. If you've ever wanted to feel like a rock star, now is your time. You are the star of the show. You are who they all came to see. Live it up. Get the crowd involved. Come out running and jumping and moving like Spider-Man. Strike some poses. Don't just stroll out like it's a day in the park. Marvel will sometimes include a music CD. If the client has the capability, ask them to play it for your entrance. They'll also sometimes include web fluid, otherwise known as silly string. Check with the client beforehand to make sure it's okay to use it. If so, now's the time. Come out spraying it. Be careful not to aim it at anybody's face. Kids love the stuff, so shoot it above their heads or down by their feet. They'll collect it and keep it like it's gold. When you're done, pass the can to an assistant or the client, or stash it somewhere to use again later if need be. Now's the time for the meet and greet. Time to sign autographs, answer questions, tell stories, and take pictures. Your job here is to make each and every fan feel special. You will want to ask them their name, maybe how old they are, how they're doing in school, stuff like that. You want to give each fan some quality time. This can be very tricky depending on how big the crowd is. Think about it. Each segment of your appearance is about an hour. If there are 60 people online, then you have about 1 minute to spend with each fan. That's enough time to ask and answer a question or two while signing your full Spider-Man signature and drawing a little spider on it as well. If it is a huge crowd, you'll need to get the line moving faster. You can do this by shortening the signature by first eliminating the spider. If that's not fast enough, then shorten the signature to just Spidey. In addition to the autograph cards, fans will bring or buy things to sign: shirts, shoes, backpacks, toys, etc. Make sure you get an okay from the parent or store employee before you sign it. Hopefully you'll have an assistant to help you manage the line, but you might have to do it by yourself. There are 3 prime directives to doing this job for Marvel. The first is represent Marvel to the best of your ability. The second is to make sure the fans are happy. And the third is to make sure the client's happy. Sometimes finding the balance is hard to do. One way to make sure the fans are happy is to pre-sign some autograph cards. This way, even if you have to leave before meeting everybody, they still don't go away empty-handed. Though it's better to move faster and spend less time with a person than it is to go away without meeting somebody altogether. Another way to keep the fans and clients both happy is to be flexible with your breaks. It's usually busier at the beginning of an appearance than it is at the end. In this case, do a 75-minute set or a 90-minute set at the beginning, and then a shorter set at the end, or vice versa as the case may be. It's best to set up the break schedules with the client beforehand. Never schedule a break for the last half hour of your appearance to try to leave early. Also, it's a good idea to bring a pair of sweats that you can throw on over the Spidey costume during the break, just in case you don't want to take the whole costume on and off again. You as an actor are entitled to take breaks. Take them. You're going to need them. We can't have Spidey fainting from dehydration at the signing table. However, superheroes don't take breaks. If you or an assistant are making an announcement, it should be said that you have to go patrol for villains, or check in with Mary Jane and Aunt May, or your spider sense is tingling and you better go handle the problem. Got it? Good. Whenever possible, have your assistant stand on the back of the line 10 to 15 minutes before break time, depending on the size of the line. This way they can let people know that you're going to be leaving for a while. It's better than having people wait an hour and then getting cut off at the last second. After hours and hours of signing autographs and posing for pictures and saying the same things over and over again, your legs and hands may be sore and you may be exhausted. Tough. Suck it up. The last fan is just as important as the first. They don't care that you've entertained 400 people in the last few hours. They want to meet a happy, friendly, energetic Spider-Man. My best piece of advice for you here is smile under the mask. They can't see it, but they can hear it in your voice. That last child may be your biggest fan and has made mom or dad drive 2 hours and wait in line another hour just to see you for 1 minute. You're bigger than a rock star. You're bigger than Santa Claus. You're the amazing Spider-Man. Don't let him down. Trust me when I say that smile on a child's face after he meets his favorite hero for the first time is worth all the muscle aches in the world. This brings me to a very sensitive subject: improper contact. In the lawsuit-happy world in which we live in today, we have to take extra special care to avoid even the slightest hint of impropriety. Handshakes and high fives are the safest gestures. However, nobody tells the children that. The little ones will often come running in for a hug. If you happen to be standing up at the time, their head and hands can wind up coming straight for your groin area. You may not even see it coming. The visibility out of the costume is poor at best. When you encounter this situation, you need to squat into your Spidey position right away, bringing your face level with theirs. If you're a little late on the squat and their hands have already wrapped themselves around your leg or waist, gently take their arms and pry them off you and then quickly squat. Once in position, let them continue their hug. Your hand position should be nothing more than a short and gentle pat on the back, not a deep embrace. Never ever instigate the hug.
Love the baby, huh? Tell you what we'll do. I think you should be in the picture as well. Why don't you hold the baby?
Some parents will try to get you to hold their baby for a picture. Due to the poor visibility and lack of feeling in your hands because they are gloved, holding babies is strictly forbidden. This is one of those times where it's hard to find the line between making the fans happy and protecting Marvel. Find a nice Spidey way of saying no. Like, sorry, but I would get webbing all over them, and nobody wants a sticky baby. Or, it's too dangerous. If a supervillain attacks, I need my hands free. But why don't you come and be in the picture with your baby?
Some parents can be really pushy when it comes to having their child meet Spider-Man. Arguments can break out in line over cutting or whose child was first. Whenever you can, let the security or your assistant handle it. But if you're on your own, you'll need to intervene before it escalates. Saying something like, hey, there'll be no fighting in front of Spider-Man. There's plenty of me to go around, and I've got plenty of autograph cards for everybody. That ought to do the trick.
How you doing, sweetheart? No, don't be scared of Spider-Man. What's your name?
Some of these pushy parents will even try to force a scared child to take a picture with you. Though most children love Spider-Man, a small percentage get frightened when they're actually close enough to touch you. The first thing you should do is try to ease the child's fear. Take a step back away from them. Try talking to them in a very soft voice like you're talking to a baby. Tell them they don't need to be scared. Remind them that you're a good guy and you protect boys and girls. Maybe even sing a Barney song or play peekaboo. If none of this is working but the parents are still trying to force it, tell them no. Step back and politely refuse to take a picture while the child is terrified. Let them know that you'll be signing here for the next few hours, and that if the child changes his mind, they're welcome to bring them back and try again, and they don't even have to wait in line.
You okay? Thank you, Spidey. If you witness an adult abusing a child in any way, shape, or form, feel free to tell them to knock it off. Don't get physically involved. If you have to, call security or get a store employee to deal with it. On the opposite end of pushy parents are the parents that like you a little too much.
Can I just feel you?
Can you feel me?
Believe it or not, some of the mothers will come onto you right in front of their children. Sometimes they will use sexual innuendos, and sometimes they will be very blunt about how you look in your spandex and ask you what you're doing after you finish signing.
No matter how pretty they are, no matter how lonely you've been, this is not a singles bar. Do not entertain this. Tell them right out in a nice Spidey way, hey, let's keep this clean in front of the children. Besides, my wife Mary Jane's the jealous type. Not even my spider powers would save me if she caught me flirting. Then, sign the autograph as quick as you can and get on to the next fan.
Oh wow, hey Spidey, show me your web slingers. Come on, man.
The one situation you will encounter more than anything else is the power demonstration request. Adults and children alike love to ask you to use your powers. Obviously you don't have any, so we have to work around this. When asked to shoot your webs, remind them that with great power comes great responsibility. Tell them that it would be irresponsible to waste your webbing just to show off. And what if a supervillain was to show up and you were out of webs? When asked to climb a wall, tell them that you did it earlier, and that the owners of the building asked you not to do it anymore because it leaves footprints on the ceiling that are very hard to clean off.
Some children will sometimes bring you a gift. Usually it's a picture they drew especially for you. Thank them kindly. Tell them how wonderful it is. Tell them you're going to bring it home to show Aunt May and Mary Jane. However, sometimes they'll bring you something a little bigger, like a toy. Kindly decline. Superheroes don't take toys from children. If they persist in wanting you to take it, recommend that they give it to charity, to a child who is more needy than yourself. This is what a superhero would do.
Just appreciated you coming down and had a few t-shirts for you.
More importantly, parents and clients sometimes try to tip you for your hard work. Do not accept. Superheroes do not take money, period. Thank them, recommend a charity, never take money.
I'm sure you've all seen people dressed as superheroes standing in front of some popular movie theater, charging children to take pictures with their favorite superhero. These people are using store-bought costumes. They do not work for a professional comic company like Marvel. And what they're doing is a disgrace to everything a superhero stands for.
So Spidey, can you take a picture with my product here? I invented this. This is like,
Oh, that's
Another scenario you are likely to encounter is the request to promote a product. Be very, very careful here. The client has paid Marvel to have you promote their event. However, being photographed holding a product, or talking about how you use this product on television, is a quick way to a lawsuit. We want the client to be happy, but if they ask you to do something that you think might jeopardize Marvel, you should contact somebody at Marvel right away and get an approval.
Telling the local news that Spider-Man will be signing autographs at the local Walmart from 10 to 4 is a lot different than telling the local news that Spider-Man likes to use Ben Gay to ease his aches and pains after a long day of fighting. Understand? Good. So, that's a good amount of what you can expect while playing Spider-Man. There's just one final step to finishing the job. The exit. Senses are tingling. There's danger afoot.
Very similar to how we came in, as Spidey, a big fast exit is usually best. A comment about your spider sense tingling and danger nearby will usually do it.
Then change into your secret identity. And as inconspicuously as possible, check in with the client to make sure they were happy. So everybody was happy?
Oh, it's phenomenal. Right?
Then quietly disappear. If anybody tries to guess that you are Spider-Man, just play it off as though you were a fan that just came to see Spidey. Then get out of there as quickly as possible.
Last but not least, after the job is done, call or email Marvel and let them know how it went. Then pack up your costume with your expense report and ship it back and get paid. Don't even think about holding on to it for your own personal gain. If you're caught wearing it for a movie premiere or Halloween, or trying to use it to drum up side business for yourself, you will be prosecuted, both criminally and financially. Talk to your Marvel contact about how to properly fill out an expense report. Remember to save all your receipts. If there was a problem with the costume, make sure to note it on the expense report so that they can fix it when they get it back. If you had a large crowd and went through almost all or all of your autograph cards, note that on the expense report as well. If it was a small crowd and you had a lot of cards left over, hold on to them for the next job and just be sure to let Marvel know that you have them when the next job comes up. Well, that just about does it. I believe we've covered all the important information. If you study up and remember to always act like a superhero in every situation, you'll do great. And remember, have fun. Go get 'em, Spidey.